Hey guys, right, what prompted me to do this video is I lent my whippersnipper to my son and he said it was great, apart from he had problems threading the trimming line onto the machine and it didn't work properly, and because it's got a self-feeder. This is my Honda whippersnipper and I'm just going to do a little short video on basically how to do it. It's one of those things, it's easy when you know how to do it, but once you're trying to figure out how to do it, it's a pain in the ass and you can't read the instructions because they don't make any sense. So this is the unit I've got. It's got a little button there you tap on the ground and it basically self-feeds. In principle, they all work on the same theory. I'm just going to show you how my line threads onto this one. So I've got two little buttons there that I push, and basically it's a bit hard while I was trying to hold the phone, but that, you drop the phone, that then means you can pull out the centre bit, and there's your inner workings. So you've got the outer shell and then you've got the inner shell that holds the line. Let's just take that out, and there's your components. Oops. This line here, generally what I do is I hold an arm's length of cable. So I go 1.5 lengths of cable and then I fold it in half. So I cut it and then I fold it in half. You end up with this big ball of bits. So essentially that is, let me see if I can stand this phone up and then I'll show you how to do it. Right, so essentially that's the line. You got you basically, that's 1 arm's length or 1.5 arm's length. So you do basically 2 lots of those, so 3 lengths of arms, and you fold it in half. That will give you 1.5 meters on each side, roughly. Alright, and that then feeds onto the middle spool, which then sits into your outer spool. Alright, so I'll show you how to do this. You get your inner spool. Now on mine, you can't really see this, but here it's got right hand arrow pointing this way and a left hand arrow pointing that way. What the hell does that mean? Who knows? And then on the inside it's got these little lugs, which you can see here and here. Doesn't matter which one you use, they're both exactly the same. So the left hand and the right hand, I'm going to tell you exactly what that means. With your line bent in half, you put that bend into one of those little recesses. Alright, now that can be a little bit hard to do, so I always get a little bit of a pair of pliers and I fold it in half and I just give it a little pinch. That then ensures that the wire is obviously going to stay kinked. If you don't, you bend it by hand, it's springy, it's bouncy, it's hard to control. There, now I've got my fold. Anyway, you hook that line into the center groove, alright, and pull it down. You hold the line in your right hand and you hold the spool in your left hand. Alright, right hand wind anti-clockwise, left hand wind clockwise. It's got it written on here. Yours might be a little bit different, but in theory the practice is the same. Your line needs to be fed on to the spool exactly the same way, otherwise it will not feed. And bear in mind, when this spins, alright, it spins anti-clockwise, so you need to spin or thread the wire on clockwise. Alright, okay, there's your spool. In my left hand I'm spinning it to the left whilst threading the wire onto the right. It's as simple as that. This is my left hand, this is my right hand holding the cable. You must make sure that each cable goes onto the top and the bottom thread. It doesn't matter which one it goes, you can hold it that way. Your hand doesn't matter which way it goes as long as the thread stays on the same way, and you just thread it round. Alright, Keep threading, keep threading, keep threading, keep threading, keep threading. Keep going. Until you get probably about 2 or 3 inches of cable out. Alright, keep going, and now there's my cable done. One is on the bottom and one is on the top. Okay, don't let go of it, otherwise it will unwind itself. Keep your finger holding it. Now the bottom one has got these little grooves in it, which you can see. Just thread the bottom one into one of those grooves and it holds it. Alright, the top one is a little bit loose. Alright, you get your outer spool. Obviously, the little button that pushes the spool up on the spring that releases the line has to go obviously in the center of the hole. Alright, you've got the 2 little holders, the wire holders there, and then I've got these grooves which basically sit into the little clips on the main shaft itself. Right, so you remember that little groove is holding the wire, or the run or the snip, whatever you call this damn stuff. You now, a little bit tricky, with your left hand or right hand or whichever way you want to hold it, you have to put this into there. Now your bottom cable goes into one, alright, and then I always hold the outer cable with my bottom hand and my thumb, and then the one that's in the clip, you don't really have to hold it because it's holding the clip, that just comes down and goes into the other one. It is as simple as that. You can now let go. That is it, simple as that. And what happens is, as you push this pushes up and it twists, and that then releases more line. Alright, it's literally as easy as that. Remember, hold the coil in your left hand, hold the line in your right hand, turn the coil to the left, feed the line on with your right hand. The center spool turns anti-clockwise, the line has to go on clockwise. Easy, job done. Hope this helps.